The club is half lit, half dream, smoke curling upward in lazy spirals that smudge the distance between bodies and air. On the small stage, musicians sway inside dim halos, their outlines pulsing with every note, as if sound was sculpting their shapes in real time. You lean against the bar, a shadow wrapped in amber, your profile edited by the glass you raise and lower in a private rhythm. Colored lights sweep the room in slow arcs, turning strangers into temporary constellations, faces dissolving into flashes of cheekbone, eyelash, and mouth. The piano drops a few soft chords that hang in the air like questions, and the bass answers with a tone so round it blurs the edges of the floor. I watch you laugh at something I cannot hear, and for a moment the entire scene moves without frames, a continuous flow where cause and effect forget themselves. The singer's voice spills through the haze, warm and distant, wrapping the room in a velvet fog that makes every motion look slightly delayed. When our eyes finally meet, the world around you dims, outlines thinning until only the glow of your gaze remains in focus. You cross the space between us in a sequence of dissolving snapshots, each step another version of you that might have turned away. By the time your head finds my shoulder, we are both silhouettes reduced to breathing heartbeat, rhythm and nearness. In this slow motion, nothing has to be defined or named. It only has to move. Let the night keep us in soft focus, two shapes swaying gently inside a song that refuses to sharpen its The evening arrives without a clear beginning, sky darkening in uneven patches while the last traces of color cling stubbornly to the horizon. Street lamps blink on at different times, some too early, some too late, casting overlapping circles that confuse where one pool of light ends and another begins. Your name slips from my memory's tongue for a moment, hovering just out of reach like a word half-remembered song. I walk beneath trees that rustle in restless whispers, leaves blurring together into a continuous shimmer above my head. Every passing car leaves a trail of red and white, long ribbons of motion etched across my vision even after the sound has gone. I try to recall the exact angle of your smile, the specific warmth of your palm against mine, but the details slide away, replaced by softer, more general glow. The night seems complicit in this forgetting, pulling a sheer veil over the city, muting edges, smudging outlines, asking me to let go of precision. Windows in distant buildings light up and fade unpredictably, a private constellation rearranging itself with no pattern. I can decipher somewhere music drifts from an open window, a slow, smoky melody that feels like it once belonged to us. I follow it for a while, letting it lead me through streets that look familiar yet slightly misaligned, as if the map of my memories had been gently stretched. When the tune finally dissolves into silence, I stand alone in a small, nameless square, wrapped in shadow and the faint glow of distant signs. Your name returns then, not sharp but tender, a soft outline my heart fills in without needing every letter in this vague, forgiving darkness that is enough to call you close again. The house remembers us in fragments, scattered impressions floating in the dust that spins lazily through each shaft of afternoon light. Here a chair holds the curve of your body like a ghostly indentation, though the fabric shows no sign of wear. There a bookshelf leans slightly, as if listening for the echo of that one argument we never quite finished. When I walk down the hallway, the pictures on the walls seem to shift, faces softening at the edges, smiles blurring into something more secret and knowing. Doors stand half open, frames warping just enough that the rooms beyond look farther away than they truly are. And the filters through thin curtains, turning steam from the kettle into pale gold vapor that erases the hard lines of cabinets and tiles. I place my hand on the table where we once traced idle patterns in spilled sugar, and I swear the grains still glitter with the outline of your fingertip. Every object feels slightly out of reach, as though the air itself has grown thicker, insisting that the past stays just one step beyond touch. Floorboards creak in familiar places, yet the sound arrives a fraction too late. Like an afterthought, I pause in the doorway of the bedroom, watching the bed dissolve into layers of shadow and cloth, a landscape of impressions rather than a single solid thing. In these rooms that refuse to focus, our story lingers as overlapping exposures, no moment fully erasing the ones beneath. I breathe in the dust and light and echo, letting them settle on my skin like fine invisible film, and accept that some homes are meant to be lived in as dreams long after the bodies have gone. The subway window turns a tunnel into a streaked ribbon, black walls rushing by, infest unreadable lines, while our reflections hover half transparent over everything. Fluorescent lights inside the car flicker with a tired rhythm, washing faces in pale washes that steal more detail than they reveal. Your head rests against the glass, and every passing lamp smears your features into a moving collage of eyes, cheek and disappearing expression. Orbit vessels slide past outside, colors blending into one another until they become pure motion, a language of brightness without words. The train curves and the centrifugal pull rearrange, raise the crowd, strangers leaning closer, then drifting away like planets caught in a brief shared orbit. I catch your hand on the metal pole, and the moment our fingers touch, the world beyond the window loses any claim to clarity. Announcements echo through tinny speakers, syllables warping at the edges, familiar it scattering small, distorted versions along the length of the car, as if the air were practicing how to remember you. When the train finally slows, the tunnel opens into a station drenched in pale light, platforms and pillars emerging from blurred possibility. We stand briefly unsure which direction to take, our choices branching out like faint glowing lines that fade as soon as they are imagined. Stepping onto the platform, I feel the echo of all the past we will never see, and all the versions of us still riding the tracks, vanishing into endless motion. The lake holds the evening like a secret surface, trembling with faint ripples that scatter the last colors of the sun into liquid fragments. Your face appears beside mine in the reflection, not quite aligned, features stretched gently by the moving skin of the water. Every breeze redraws us, turning smiles into questions, furrowed brows into something almost serene, as if the wind were editing our story without asking. From gold to violet, clouds smearing into soft ribbons that refuse to stay inside their own outlines. Somewhere across the shore, a single light flickers on, then blurs into a star as my eyes grow heavy with the weight of approaching night. You speak my name and the sound travels over the surface, broken into small pieces by tiny waves arriving in my ears, slightly delayed, strangely rearranged. Stones beneath our feet press unfamiliar patterns into our souls, reminding us that even solid ground can feel foreign when the heart is uncertain. I watch the boundary between water and air, that thin, shimmering line where nothing fully belongs to either side. Perhaps we are standing on a similar edge, our thoughts drifting into different directions, while our hands remain loosely intertwined. As darkness deepens, our reflections fade into the lake's widening shadow. Yet the sense of you beside me grows sharper in the invisible space. I close my eyes and let the world stretches longer than it should. Each overhead light casting a pale halo that bleeds into the next, erasing the edges of space and time. Your footsteps echo ahead of me, a soft rhythm that never quite matches the movement of your shoulders, as if sound and body had agreed to drift apart. Shadows cling to the walls like forgotten coats, and when I glance back, the path we walked already feels thinner, less real, as though it might fold in on itself. You turn your head and your features blur for a heartbeat, eyes, lips, and the familiar line of your jaw slipping into one another like wet paint. We pass closed doors that hum with distant lies, small muffled laughs and whispered arguments, all blending into a single low chord beneath our silence. The floor beneath my feet seems to sway, not enough to make me fall, just enough to remind me that everything steady is performing a careful illusion. Your hand brushes mine, and for a moment the contact is sharp, electric, a perfect outline of heat and nerve. Then it softens again, dissolving into a ringworm that may have been imagined, a kindness my body grants itself. At the end of the corridor, the air glows a deeper blue, a threshold where details disappear and only motion remains. I wonder if we will step through together or slip apart unnoticed, two trajectories separating quietly like colors in fading light. Until then I listen to your disappearing footsteps, drawing patterns on the floor, trusting that somewhere inside those echoes the truest shape of us is being traced in sound, not sight. Stretches out in front of me, a silver thread dissolving into a horizon that looks as if it were drawn in charcoal and bread. Heat rises from the asphalt in wavering sheets, turning distant trees into ghostly figures that sway between being and vanishing. Sky is a pale, exhausted blue, yet every few seconds it seems to flicker like a film reel stuttering on an old projector. Yesterday, blending with memories from summers I can no longer place on a map. Each mile marker passes like a loose heartbeat, familiar numbers that of clouds slide over the fields, bending fences and barns into softer versions of themselves, as if reality were rehearsing a gentler script. I keep seeing your silhouette on the roadside, thumb out waiting, but when I blink it is only a signpost or a crooked tree. The air tastes of distance and dust, and somewhere under that is the faint sweetness of promises we made without understanding their weight. My hand stays steady on the wheel, yet my thoughts wandered into mirroring lanes where we never parted, where this drive never had to like smoke from an unseen fire, shifting shape every time I dare to focus on it. So I choose to let it stay uncertain, a moving target that does not ask me to arrive. If the end of this road is nothing more than a soft blur between sky and earth, then maybe that is enough space for our unfinished story to keep unfolding undefined, but still Rain traces slow, uncertain paths down the window, turning the city outside into a watercolor dream that refuses to dry. Headlights smear into elongated comets, sliding across the glass like thoughts that travel too far and forget to come home. Your reflection hovers beside mine for a fraction of a heartbeat, then breaks apart into fragments that the next raindrop gently rearranges. Inside this quiet room, the air feels thick with almost words, sentences we never finished, questions we only asked in our separate minds. Clock on the wall keeps its steady rhythm, but even that sound seems muffled, wrapped in cotton, as if time were hesitant to move. I press my palm to the pane, feeling the chill seep through, a reminder that there is a world out there where you are still more idea than touch. Neon letters across the street pulse in slow motion, their meaning dissolving into pure color, red and violet humming without language. I remember the curve of your shoulder, the way your smile never sat completely still, always shifting that is why you linger best in reflections where nothing must choose a single angle or honest shape. The rain grows heavier, drumming a soft rhythm that my breathing unconsciously follows, a fragile duet between heart and weather. In the blur beyond the glass, everyone walking past becomes you for a moment, then no one at all. So I sit with the echoes, letting them overlap and fade, believing that somewhere between the droplets and the lights, the truest version of you is waiting to be seen, but never captured. The first light slides in quietly, stroking the curtains with a pale hand, turning hard corners into something kinder and half remembered. My room forgets its rigid lines, dissolving into muted shades of blue and rose that hover like unspoken apologies. Your absence sits on the pillow, but even that feels blurred, as if the night could not decide how solid loneliness should be. Dust motes drift like tiny planets, circling around invisible centers, and I wonder if my thoughts are doing the same with you. The mirror on the wall returns a version of me that looks softer than yesterday, eyes glazed with leftover dreams and oceans of unanswered questions. I trace the outline of your photograph with a fingertip, yet the surface seems to ripple, bending your smile into new meanings every second. Coffee steams in my hands, the mug almost too warm, and the scent curls through the air like a promise that never learned to arrive on time. Outside, the world yawns awake, rooftops fading into a pale sky that keeps changing its mind about what color it wants to be. I listen for your footsteps in the hallway, fully knowing you are miles away, but the distance feels strangely fluid this morning. Time stretches and folds like silk sheets, and every minute carries your echo in a slightly different shade. In this fragile hour, before day decides to be sharp and unforgiving, I let my heart stay unfocused and free. If loving you means living inside inside this tender blur where nothing is fixed and everything shimmers, then let this dawn never fully form. The skyline trembles at the edge of my tired sight, as if the night itself were breathing, holding secrets just beyond my hands. Street lights melt into rivers of amber, pouring over wet asphalt like memories that refuse to choose a single shape. Your outline appears in reflections in windows, in the chrome of passing cars, never quite solid, always bending away from focus. Every step forward rearranges the air, and the city blurs into soft halos like it knows I am afraid of sharp truth. A breeze lifts loose strands of hair, and for a moment I feel your fingers there, though no one is walking beside me. The sound of a distant horn smears into a low moan, echoing through alleys where our laughter used to live. I keep chasing the glimmer of your shadow along the river, where the water copies the sky but forgets the stars. Neon signs drip color down the glass, staining my thoughts with impossible blues and deep magentas that never survive the day. I whisper your name into the fog between buildings, watching each syllable lose its edges as it leaves my tongue. There is a sweetness